museum. There is no one who should not take that burden of responsibility about the choices that we make in coming times. What we decide now is going to decide their fate. And one of the things that we learned very much through the Koala inquiry, and I have to say perhaps one of the most emotional days for me in being in Parliament, I've been through a few of these, was when the scientists that have been crawling over our forests for decades, tracking koala populations, talked one by one of the areas where they no longer can find a koala. When scientists of 40 and 50 years standing tell us that there is no longer a koala in the forest and they cry about that, surely that's some pause for thought. We know that the koalas were already tracking badly before the bushfires that we saw over summer. We now know that there are millions of hectares that have been burnt, and possibly 25 to 30% of the population is gone forever. Kai knows that in terms of what happened in Kangaroo Island. They're just gone. They're not there. We know that they're under incredible pressure from land clearing. This government has yet again opened the floodgates to allow land clearing to happen. We're now heading back to where we were. We're now clearing more land than they are in the Amazon. Think about that for a minute.
Shame!
We know that climate change is real. We know that the koalas are finding it hotter and harder, and some of them are starving. The nutrition that they have even in the trees that they have is so compromised by climate change that failure to act means that they're under that pressure. And that's something that is much harder to deal with and will take longer time. We know from the good people at Campbelltown, we know from the good people in Ballina, we know from people across the state the pressure that koalas are under through peri-urban development on the edges of our cities. On the edges of our cities, we're losing koalas because they're getting run over. And this government can't even be bothered to actually build them an underpass to keep them safe. We have so